The call came at 11:47 p.m. I wasn't supposed to answer it. Hell, I wasn't even supposed to see it. But there I was, standing in my son's room at our Manhattan penthouse, holding his phone, watching it light up with two words that would crack my entire world in half. Dad calling. The thing is, I am his dad. David Harrington, 45 years old, CEO of Harrington Capital Management, and I sure as hell wasn't calling him. Let me back up. 3 hours earlier it was a Tuesday. Wall Street had just closed, and it had been brutal. We'd lost a major client, Jenkins from the hedge fund, because apparently my instincts weren't aggressive enough anymore. My instincts. The same instincts that had built a $340 million portfolio from scratch. I loosened my tie in the back of the town car, watching the city lights blur past. Marcus, our driver, glanced at me in the rearview mirror. "Rude day, Mr. Harrington." Something like that. Marcus had been with us for 16 years, drove me to my first board meeting, drove Rebecca to the hospital when Noah was born. Hell, he'd driven Noah to his first day of kindergarten, his baseball games, his first date. He was family. That is what Rebecca always said, family. When I walked into the penthouse, the silence hit me first. Rebecca was in the bath, door locked. Noah's door was closed, the blue glow of his gaming monitor seeping underneath. 17 years old, and the kid lived in that room like it was a bunker. I poured myself a scotch, Macallan 18, stood by the floor, to ceiling windows overlooking Central Park, watching the tiny headlights crawl through the dark like ants. From up here, everything looked small, manageable. I was wrong. The phone. I went to check on Noah. Knocked twice. No answer. Knocked again. Nothing. So I opened the door. He was passed out on his bed. Headphones on, controller dangling from one hand. The game was still running. Some first-person shooter. Explosions lighting up his face in bursts of orange and red. I smiled. Kid looked peaceful. I grabbed the throw blanket from his chair and draped it over him. That is when I saw it. His phone, vibrating on the nightstand. I don't know why I looked. Maybe because it was late. Maybe because I am his father. And I worry. Maybe because something in my gut had been whispering for weeks that something was off. The screen lit up. Faye, Dad. Calling. I froze. The name, the contact. Dad. But I was standing right there, and I wasn't calling. My hand moved on its own. I swiped to answer. Hello, silence then, breathing, then, Noah. You, there, buddy. The voice. I knew that voice. Warm, familiar, too familiar. Marcus. The line went dead. I stood there, phone in my hand, staring at the screen like it was a bomb. My pulse hammered in my ears. My throat felt tight. I scrolled through Noah's contacts. Dad, Marcus, driver. Not Marcus. Not driver. Dad. I don't remember walking out of Noah's room. I don't remember sitting down in my office. But suddenly, I was there, door locked, scotch in hand, staring at my own phone. I pulled up Noah's number, hesitated. Then opened our text thread. The last message was from 3 days ago. Me. Proud of you, son. Keep grinding on that calc exam. Noah. Thanks. Seen word. Thanks. I scrolled up. Weeks of the same short replies. One-word answers. Distance. When had that started? I opened Rebecca's texts, scrolling, normal stuff. Grocery lists, dinner plans, then buried 2 months back. Rebecca, Marcus said he'd pick up Noah from practice. You don't need to leave work early. Rebecca. Marcus is taking Noah to the tailor for his suit fitting. I have that charity thing. Rebecca. Noah wanted to talk to Marcus about the college essay. He has been really helpful. Marcusy, set the phone down. My hands were shaking. The next morning, I didn't sleep. At 6 a.m., I got dressed, went downstairs. Rebecca was already in the kitchen. Yoga pants, green smoothie, scrolling through her phone. She looked up and smiled. Morning, babe. You are up early? Couldn't sleep. Work stress. Something like that. Noah came down 10 minutes later, hoodie, AirPods, backpack slung over one shoulder. He grabbed a protein bar from the pantry, barely looked at me. "Morning," he mumbled. "Morning, son." He flinched, just for a second, but I saw it. "You good?" I asked. "Yeah, why?" "No reason." Rebecca jumped in, her voice bright. "Too bright. Marcus is outside. He'll drop you at Dalton on his way to the dry cleaners." "Cool." Noah walked out. I watched through the window as he climbed into the town car. Marcus said something. Noah laughed. A real laugh. The kind I hadn't heard in months. Rebecca touched my shoulder. "You okay?" I turned to her, studied her face. The face I'd loved for 20 years, the face that had lied next to mine every night for 2 decades. "I am fine," I said. I wasn't fine. The surveillance, I am not proud of what I did next, but when your gut is screaming and your world is tilting, you do what you have to do. I called my head of security. Jensen. Told him I needed a discreet favor. He asked no questions. By noon, I had access to the town car's GPS logs for the past 6 months. I sat in my office, door locked, scrolling through data. May 12th, Noah's school to Marcus's apartment in Queens. 47 minutes. The 3rd of June, baseball practice to Marcus's apartment. 1 hour, 22 minutes. The 18th of July. Our summer house in Connecticut to Marcus's apartment. 2 hours, 14 minutes. There were dozens of stops. Dozens of hours. I pulled up the security footage from our building's garage. Watched Noah and Marcus walking to the car, talking, laughing. Marcus's hand on Noah's shoulder. Noah looking up at him like. I stopped the video, opened my desk drawer, pulled out the bottle of Xanax my doctor prescribed after my father died. Dry swallowed one. Then another. Me phone buzzed. A text from Rebecca. Dinner at 7. Marcus is picking up Ty from that place Noah likes. See you tonight. Faye Marcus is picking up dinner. Of course he is. Confrontation. Round 1 that night. We sat around the dining table. Rebecca, Noah, me. Thai food spread out in front of us. Pad Thai, green curry. Spring rolls, Noah's favorite. Marcus has great taste, Rebecca said, smiling. Does he? I said. She looked at me. What? Nothing. Noah didn't look up from his phone. I set my fork down. Noah! Yay, who is Dad in your phone? He froze. Rebecca froze. What? Noah said. Your contacts. You have someone saved as Dad. I saw it last night when your phone rang. Rebecca's face went pale. David, I am asking Noah. Noah's jaw tightened. It is a joke. A joke. Yeah, the guys on the team, we all save people with weird names. It is funny. So Marcus is Dad because it is funny. Silence. Noah stood up. I am not hungry. Sit down. I have homework. Sit down, Rebecca's voice. Sharp. David, you are scaring him. I laughed. Actually laughed. Scaring him. I am scaring him. Noah bolted, ran to his room. Door slammed. Rebecca stood, her hands shaking. What the hell is wrong with you? I looked at her, really looked at her. And for the first time in 20 years, I didn't recognize the woman in front of me. You tell me, I said. The doubt that night, I lay in bed next to Rebecca. She was asleep, or pretending to be. I stared at the ceiling, my mind racing. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was paranoid. Maybe Dad really was a joke. Kids did weird stuff with their phones, right? But then I thought about Marcus, about how he'd been there when I wasn't. All those late nights at the office, all those business trips, Singapore, Tokyo, London, weeks away from home, Rebecca alone. Marcus, always around, and Noah, born 9 months after I got back from that 3-month project in Dubai, the one where I barely called home because the time zones were hell. No, I was being crazy. But then I remembered something. Years ago, maybe when Noah was 5 or 6, Rebecca had said something offhand. We'd been watching him play in the yard, and she'd laughed and said, "He doesn't look like you at all, does he?" I'd brushed it off. Laughed. Said he had my eyes. But he didn't. He didn't have my eyes, or my nose, or my build. He looked like I got out of bed. The test the next morning. I went to Noah's bathroom, grabbed his toothbrush, sealed it in a plastic bag. Then I called Dr. Patel, my concierge physician, told him I needed a DNA test confidential. Results sent directly to me. No one else. David, he said carefully. Are you sure about this? Yes. These things. They can open doors you can't close. I am already standing in the doorway. I just need to know what is on the other side. He sighed. I'll have the kit sent to your office. Discreet packaging. Thank you. I hung up, and for the first time in days, I felt like I could breathe, even if the air tasted like poison. The waiting game, the DNA kit arrived 2 days later. Plain brown box. No labels, no logos. Just my name typed on a shipping label. I locked my office door and opened it. 2 swabs, 1 vial. Instructions. Simple, clinical, sterile. I thought about Noah, about every birthday party I'd thrown for him, every soccer game I'd sat through in the rain, every college tour we'd planned together. Yale, Princeton, Columbia. Every time I'd called him son. My hands were steady as I swabbed the inside of my cheek, sealed the vial, packaged everything up. The return label was already attached. I just had to drop it in the mail, but I sat there for 20 minutes, staring at the box. Once I sent this, there was no going back. Once I knew, I couldn't unknow. I thought about calling it off, throwing the whole thing away, pretending that night, with the phone, never happened. But then I remembered Marcus's voice on the line. Noah. You there, buddy? I grabbed my keys and drove to the post office myself. 7 days in hell, Dr. Patel said results would take 7 to 10 business days. Those 7 days were the longest of my life. I went to work, Saturday in meetings, smiled at clients, signed documents, but I wasn't there. Not really at home. I watched Rebecca, studied her. The way she moved around the kitchen, the way she laughed at her phone. The way she'd touch my shoulder in passing, casual, familiar. Was it guilt? Or was I just paranoid? I watched Noah too. The way he avoided eye contact. The way he'd leave the room when I entered. The way he'd light up when Marcus arrived to drive him somewhere. One night, I came home early. Unannounced. Walked into the living room and found Rebecca and Noah on the couch watching television. Hey, I said. They both jumped. Jesus, David, Rebecca said, hand on her chest. You scared me, sorry. Didn't mean to. Noah grabbed his phone and stood up. I am going to my room. Stay, I said. Let's watch together. He hesitated, looked at Rebecca. She nodded. He sat back down. We watched some cooking show. Gordon Ramsay yelling at people. Rebecca laughed. Noah scrolled through his phone. I just stared at the screen, seeing nothing. After 20 minutes, Noah got up. I am tired. It is 8:30, I said. Long day. He left. Rebecca turned to me. You've been weird lately. Weird how? Tense, distant, like you are somewhere else. Work stuff. You always say that. Because it is always true. She studied me for a long moment. Then she stood, kissed my forehead. I am going to take a bath. I listened to her footsteps fade down the hall, listened to the water start running. Then I pulled out my phone and opened the GPS tracker app Jensen had installed for me. Marcus's car was parked outside a bar in Queens. He'd been there for 40 minutes. I shouldn't have, but I did. I grabbed my jacket and headed out. The bar, it was a dive. Neon Budweiser sign in the window. Jukebox playing classic rock, smelled like stale beer and regret. I spotted Marcus at the bar alone, nursing a whiskey. I sat down 2 stools away, ordered a bourbon, He didn't notice me at first. But then he glanced over, and his face went white. Mr. Harrington, Marcus. Silence. The jukebox switched songs. Lynyrd Skynyrd. Simple Man. Didn't expect to see you here, Marcus said carefully. Didn't expect to be here. He nodded, took a sip of his drink. How long have you been driving for us? I asked. 16 years. 16 years, long time. Yes, sir, you've been good to us, reliable. Loyal. He didn't respond. Rebecca trusts you, I continued. Noah trusts you. I hope so. I turned to look at him. Really look at him. He was younger than me. Maybe 40, fit, dark hair. Strong jaw. Do I trust you, Marcus? He met my eyes. And in that moment, I saw it. The guilt. The fear, Mr. Harrington. I don't. I stood up, threw a 50 on the bar. I am not ready for whatever you are about to say. I walked out. The call day 8. I was in a board meeting when my phone buzzed. Dr. Patel. I stood up, mid-presentation, and walked out. Ignored the confused looks from the board members. I answered in the hallway. Tell me. David, I really think you should come to my office. Tell me. A pause then. The DNA test shows 0 paternal match. You are not Noah's biological father. The hallway tilted. I put my hand against the wall to steady myself. You are sure? I ran it twice. I am sure. I hung up, stood there, in the empty hallway of my own company. The company I'd built from nothing. The life I'd built from nothing. All of it built on sand. The confrontation. Part 2. I didn't go home right away. I drove. Nowhere in particular, just drove. I ended up at our summer house in Connecticut, 2 hours from the city. Big colonial on 5 acres. We'd bought it when Noah was 10. He'd loved it. We'd spent weekends there, bonfires, s'mores, father. Son talks on the dock. I walked down to the lake, Saturday on the dock. Watched the water. I thought about all the moments, all the memories. Teaching Noah to ride a bike, him falling, scraping his knee, me picking him up. You are okay, buddy. Let's try again. His first baseball game, he hit a double. Ran to me after glowing. Did you see, Dad? Did you see? His 8th grade graduation. Him in a suit, too big for him. Me adjusting his tie, looking sharp, son. Every single one of those moments. Every dad, every son. A lie. My phone buzzed. Rebecca. Where are you? Dinner's ready. I stared at the message for a long time. Then I typed back, on my way. Dinner. I walked into the penthouse at 8 p.m. Rebecca was setting the table. Noah was on the couch, scrolling through his phone. There you are, Rebecca said, smiling. I made your favorite lasagna. Great. We sat down. The 3 of us. Family dinner. Rebecca served the food. Talked about her day. Something about a charity auction. I wasn't listening. Noah was quiet. Pushing food around his plate. How was school? I asked him. He shrugged. Fine. Just fine. Yeah, anything interesting happen? Not really. I set my fork down. Noah, look at me. He looked up. Those eyes, not my eyes. Do you love me? I asked. Rebecca froze. David, what? I am asking Noah. He blinked. Confused. What kind of question is that? A simple one. Do you love me? Yeah, of course. Why? Why? Because you are my dad. I smiled. It felt like glass cutting my face. Right, your dad. Rebecca stood up. David, I think you should. Sit down, Rebecca. Excuse me, sit down. She sat. Her hands were shaking. I turned back to Noah. When did you start calling Marcus Dad? His face went pale. David, Rebecca started. When, Noah? It is not what you think. Then explain it to me. Because right now I think you've been lying to me. Both of you. Tears welled up in Noah's eyes. Dad, I am sorry. Stop calling me that. What? Stop calling me Dad. I am not your dad. The words hung in the air like smoke. Rebecca was crying now, silent tears streaming down her face. Noah stood up. You are insane. Am I? Tell me, Noah. Who is your father? Really? He didn't answer, just stared at me, his face a mix of confusion and anger. I pulled the DNA test results from my jacket pocket, slid them across the table. Read it. Rebecca grabbed the paper first. Her face crumbled as she read. Oh God, David, you knew. It wasn't a question, she sobbed. I didn't. I wasn't sure. You weren't sure. I laughed, a bitter, broken sound. You weren't sure if your son was mine or the driver's. And you just, what? Hoped for the best. Noah grabbed the paper. Read it. His hands shook. No, this is wrong. It is not wrong. I had it tested twice. He looked at me, then at Rebecca. Mom, she couldn't meet his eyes. Mom, his voice cracked. Tell him it is wrong, she just cried. Noah dropped the paper, backed away from the table. No, this is insane. You are my dad. You've always been my dad. Biologically, I said quietly, I am not. He ran. Out of the dining room. I heard his bedroom door slam. I looked at Rebecca. She was a wreck. Makeup running. Hands covering her face. How long have you known? I asked. I didn't know for sure. How long? She took a shaky breath. Since he was 3, maybe 4. He started looking more like I had suspicions, but I convinced myself I was wrong. Convenient. David, please. Was it just once, or was it going on the whole time? She closed her eyes. It was a mistake. You were gone all the time. 3 months in Dubai. I was alone. Marcus was there. We talked. We drank wine one night. It just happened. It just happened. I stood up. 17 years, Rebecca. 17 years. You let me believe that boy was mine. He is yours in every way that matters. Don't. My voice was ice. Don't you dare tell me what matters. I walked to the door. Where are you going? She asked, panicked. I don't know. Away from here. Away from you, David. We can fix this. We can go to therapy. We can go to therapy. We can fix the roid me. You destroyed me. You and Marcus. You destroyed everything. I left. The drive, I got in my car. Drove. No destination. My phone wouldn't stop buzzing. Rebecca, over and over. Please come home. We need to talk. David, I am sorry. I am so sorry. Noah is hysterical. He needs you. I turned my phone off. Drove to Marcus's apartment in Queens. Saturday outside in my car. Watched his window. The lights were on. I thought about going up there. Thought about confronting him. Thought about putting my fist through his face. But what would that solve? Nothing. It wouldn't change the fact that Noah wasn't mine. Wouldn't change the last 17 years. Wouldn't change the fact that every time I looked at that kid, I'd see Marcus. I started the car and drove away. The hotel, I checked into a hotel in Midtown. The Roosevelt. Nothing fancy. Just a room with a bed and a minibar. I sat on the edge of the bed and stared at the wall. My phone was still off. I turned it back on. 47 missed calls. 89 text messages. I scrolled through them. Rebecca. Noah. Even Marcus. Marcus, Mr. Harrington, please, let me explain. Noah. Dad, please come home. We need to talk. Rebecca. I love you. I've always loved you. Please don't leave us. I opened the minibar. grabbed a bottle of whiskey, drank it straight from the bottle. Then I opened my laptop, started searching. Divorce lawyers, custody laws, paternity fraud. Turns out, in New York, if you are named on the birth certificate and you've acted as the father, you are legally the father, even if there is no biological connection. I laughed. A hollow, empty sound. I'd spent 17 years raising another man's child, and legally, I was still responsible for him. I drank more whiskey. Around 2 a.m., my phone rang. It was my brother, Eric. He lived in Boston. We didn't talk often. I answered. Yeah, David, Jesus man, Rebecca called me. Said you left. Said something about a DNA test. What the hell is going on? I told him everything. When I finished, there was a long silence. Then Eric said, "Holy shit." Yeah. What are you going to do? I don't know. Do you still love him? Noah, I mean. I closed my eyes. Thought about Noah's face at the dinner table. The confusion, the fear, the tears. I don't know, I whispered. David, listen to me. I know you are hurting. I know this is the worst thing that has ever happened to you, but that kid has been your son for 17 years. DNA doesn't change that, doesn't it? Number, it doesn't. Love isn't about blood. It is about showing up, and you've shown up for him every day of his life. He calls Marcus dad because he is a confused 17-year-old kid who doesn't know what the hell is going on. But you are still his father, the one who raised him, the one who loves him. I didn't respond. Eric sighed. Come to Boston. Stay with me for a few days. Clear your head. Maybe. I am serious. Get out of New York. Get some space. Then figure out what you want to do. Okay. I love you, man. Yeah. I hung up. The decision. I stayed at the hotel for 3 days, ignored all calls, all texts. On the third day, there was a knock on my door. I opened it. Noah. He looked terrible. Red eyes, hadn't slept. Hoodie and jeans. How did you find me? I asked. I tracked your credit card. You taught me that. Remember, in case of emergencies. I stepped aside. He came in. We sat on the edge of the bed, side by side, not talking. Finally, he said, I am sorry. For what? For calling Marcus dad. For, I don't know everything. You didn't do anything wrong. I feel like I did. Silence. Mom told me everything, Noah said quietly. About Dubai, about Marcus, about how she wasn't sure. Okay. I don't know how to feel about it. Neither do I. He turned to look at me. Those eyes, Marcus's eyes. Are you still my dad? I took a breath, let it out slow. I don't know. He flinched like I'd hit him. I need time, I said. To process this. To figure out what it means. Okay. His voice was small, broken. But Noah? Yeah, I love you. That part hasn't changed. I need time. He nodded. Wiped his eyes. Okay. He stood up to leave. Noah. He turned back. I am glad you found me. He almost smiled. Me too. The return. I came home on day 5. The penthouse felt different, colder. Like the walls knew what had happened and were holding their breath. Rebecca was in the kitchen when I walked in. She turned, her face a mix of hope and terror. David. Rebecca. We stood there, 10 feet apart, strangers in our own home. I didn't think you'd come back, she said quietly. I didn't either. She wiped her hands on a towel, nervous. Are you staying? I don't know yet, she nodded. Started crying again. I'd never seen her cry this much. In 20 years of marriage, I'd seen her cry maybe 5 times. Now it was constant. I am so sorry, she whispered. I am so sorry. I know. I never meant to hurt you. I never meant for any of this to happen. But it did. She collapsed into a chair, buried her face in her hands. What do we do now? I set my bag down Saturday across from her. I don't know. I've been thinking about it for 5 days straight, and I still don't know. Do you want a divorce? The question hung between us like a blade. Probably, I said. Eventually. She sobbed harder. But not today, I continued. Today, I need answers, real ones. She looked up, mascara streaking her face. Anything, ask me anything. Did you love him? Who? Marcus, did you love him? Or was it just physical? She took a shaky breath. I didn't love him, I was lonely. David, you were gone all the time. 3 months in Dubai, 2 months in Tokyo, 4 months in London. I was alone in this huge apartment with a baby, and Marcus was there. He listened. He helped. He made me feel seen. So you slept with him. Once. I swear to God. It was once. One night, we'd had wine. You'd missed Noah's first birthday because of a client meeting. I was angry, hurt, and Marcus said all the right things. And I made a mistake. A mistake that created a child. She nodded, tears streaming. I didn't know. I didn't know Noah wasn't yours until he was older. And by then, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't destroy everything. So you lied for 17 years. Yes. Her voice cracked. Yes. And I will regret it for the rest of my life. I leaned back in my chair, stared at the ceiling. Does Marcus know? I never told him. But I think he suspects. The way he looks at Noah sometimes. I think he knows. Jesus Christ, Rebecca. I know. We sat in silence. The clock on the wall ticked. Loud, relentless. Where is Noah? I asked. His room. He has been in there since you left. Barely eating. Not going to school. He is a mess. David. I need to talk to him. Okay. I stood up. Stopped at the hallway, turned back. Rebecca. Yeah? Did you ever love me, or was I just convenient? Her face crumbled. I love you. I've always loved you. You have to believe that. I didn't respond. Just walked down the hall to Noah's room. Father and son, I knocked. No answer. Noah. It is me. Can I come in? Silence then. Yeah. I opened the door. The room was dark. Curtains drawn. Noah was on his bed, staring at the ceiling. He looked terrible. Pale, hollow. I sat on the edge of his bed. Hey, your mom says you haven't been to school. Didn't feel like it. I get that. We sat in silence. The air felt heavy. I talked to Marcus, Noah said suddenly. My stomach dropped. When? 2 days ago. I called him, asked him if it was true. And he didn't deny it, he just cried. Said he was sorry. Said he never meant to ruin our family. What did you say? I hung up. I didn't know what to say. I nodded. That is fair. More silence. Do you hate me? Noah asked, his voice breaking. I looked at him. Really looked at him, this kid, this 17-year-old kid who'd done nothing wrong but exist. No, I said. I don't hate you. Do you still love me? The question I'd been avoiding, the one that kept me awake for 5 straight nights. I took a breath. Noah, I am going to be honest with you because you deserve that. He sat up, eyes wide, terrified. I don't know how I feel right now. I continued. I am angry. I am hurt. I am confused. Every time I look at you, I see Marcus. I see your mother's lie. I see 17 years of my life that were built on something that wasn't real. He started crying. But, I said, my voice softer, I also see the kid I taught to ride a bike. The kid who ran to me after his first home run. The kid who asked me to help him with his college essays. I see every moment we've had together, and those moments were real. Even if the biology wasn't. So what does that mean? He whispered. It means I need time to figure out who I am now, who we are now, but it also means I am not abandoning you. You are not losing me. I am just adjusting." He wiped his eyes. "Can I still call you Dad?" The word hit me like a punch. Dad. I thought about it. Thought about Marcus. Thought about biology versus history. Thought about what it means to be a father. "Yeah," I said finally. "You can still call me Dad." He broke down full. Unsobbing, I pulled him into a hug, and he clung to me like a drowning man. "I am sorry," he kept saying. "I am so sorry. You didn't do anything wrong. Noah, this isn't your fault." We stayed like that for a long time, father and son, or whatever we were now. The confrontation with Marcus the next day. I called Marcus. "Mr. Harrington," he answered, his voice tight. "We need to talk in person." Okay. Where?" "Your place. I'll be there in an hour." I hung up before he could respond. The drive to Queens felt longer than it was. My hands gripped the steering wheel so tight my knuckles turned white. When I arrived, Marcus was waiting outside his building. Looked like he hadn't slept either. "Mr. Harrington, don't." I held up a hand. "Just don't." We went inside. His apartment was small, neat, photos on the walls. I recognized some of them. Noah. At baseball games. At school events, Marcus saw me looking. "I am sorry. I should have taken those down. You just what? Wanted to play house with my family? Number that is not. I didn't mean for any of this to happen." "Then what did you mean? When you slept with my wife? When you let me raise your son for 17 years? He flinched. "I didn't know. Not for sure. Rebecca never told me. But I suspected, and I should have said something. I know that. I should have been a man and told you. But you didn't. Number because I am a coward, because I didn't want to lose my job, lose access to Noah. I told myself it was better this way. That he had you, and that was enough." "Enough?" I laughed bitterly. "You think that makes this okay?" "Number nothing makes this okay." I stepped closer. He didn't back away. "Tell me something, Marcus. Do you love him? Noah, do you love him?" He met my eyes. "Yes." "As a son?" "Yes." I nodded slowly. "Good, because I am about to make your life hell." The plan over the next 2 weeks. I made decisions. First, Marcus was fired. I paid him 6 months severance and told him to stay away from my family. He didn't fight it. Second, I moved into the guest room. Rebecca and I were still married on paper, but we lived like roommates. Polite, distant. Third, I told Noah the truth, all of it. He deserved to know everything. We sat in my office one night, just the two of us. "Marcus is your biological father," I said, "but I am still your dad. Those are two different things. Biology doesn't erase 17 years. He nodded. Processing. Can I talk to him, Marcus? I mean, do you want to? I don't know, maybe eventually. That is up to you. But if you do, I won't stop you. He is your father, too, just a different kind." "This is so messed up," Noah said, laughing without humor. "Yeah, it really is. The spiral, but things got worse before they got better. Rebecca fell apart, started drinking. Every night, I'd hear her in the kitchen, opening wine bottles. By week 3, she'd stopped going to her charity events, stopped seeing her friends, just stayed in the penthouse, drinking and crying. Noah noticed. We both did. One night, I found her passed out on the living room floor, empty bottle next to her. I carried her to bed, and she woke up halfway there. "I ruined everything," she slurred. "Everything." "Yay," I said. "You did. Do you hate me right now?" "Yes." She started crying again. I put her in bed and left. The next morning, I sat her down. You need help? I said. Therapy, rehab, something because this. I gestured at her. This isn't sustainable. I don't need rehab. You are drinking yourself to death, Rebecca. If not for yourself, then for Noah. He is watching his mother self-destruct. That got through to her. She broke down. I don't know how to fix this. You can't fix it, but you can stop making it worse. She went to rehab the next week, 30-day program in upstate New York. It was just me and Noah in the penthouse. Bonding with Rebecca gone, Noah and I fell into a routine. I'd cook breakfast, he'd do homework, we'd eat dinner together, watch games, talk about school. It felt normal. Almost one night, we were watching the Knicks play, and Noah said, "Can I ask you something?" "Sure." "Do you wish I wasn't born?" I muted the television, turned to him. "What?" "I mean, if you could go back, knowing what you know now, would you want me to not exist?" I stared at him. This scared, broken kid who didn't ask to be born into this mess. "No," I said firmly. "Never. You are the best thing that ever happened to me. Even with all this shit, even knowing you are not biologically mine, I wouldn't trade you for anything." He looked down, fighting tears. Really. He hugged me tight. "I love you, Dad. I love you too, son." And in that moment, I meant it fully, completely. Marcus reappears 2 months after I fired him. Marcus showed up at the penthouse. Noah answered the door. I heard voices came out of my office. Marcus was standing in the entryway, looking awkward. "I am sorry. I know I am not supposed to be here, but I needed to talk to Noah." "It is okay," Noah said, looking at me. I invited him. I froze. "You what?" I texted him, asked him to come. "I need answers." I looked between them. Marcus, Noah, 2 strangers who shared DNA. "Fine," I said. "But I am staying." We sat in the living room. The 3 of us, uncomfortable, tense. Noah spoke first. "Why didn't you tell me?" Marcus took a breath. "Because I was a coward. Because I didn't want to ruin your life. Because I thought it was better if you never knew." "Better for who?" "For you. For your family. For me, I don't know. I convinced myself it was the right thing." "It wasn't," Noah said, his voice hard. "I know." "Do you want to be my dad now? Is that why you are here?" Marcus looked at me, then back at Noah. I am not trying to replace him. David is your father. He raised you. He loves you. I am just the guy who made a mistake 17 years ago." Noah nodded slowly. "Okay." But Marcus continued. "If you ever want to talk, or get to know me, I am here. No pressure, no expectations. Just, I am here." Noah looked at me. "What do you think, Dad?" Everyone turned to me, waiting. I took a breath. I think it is your choice. Marcus is your biological father. That is a fact. But I am your dad. That is also a fact. And if you want to have a relationship with both of us, I won't stop you." Noah smiled. Small but real. "Okay." Rebecca comes home. Rebecca finished rehab in December. I picked her up. She looked better, healthier. Clear-eyed on the drive back, she said, "I am not asking for forgiveness. I know I don't deserve it." "No," I agreed. "You don't. But I want to try. To be better. For Noah. For myself. Good. And David. Yay. I understand if you want a divorce. I'll sign whatever you want." I didn't respond right away. Just drove. "Finally," I said. "I don't know what I want yet. But I know I don't want to rush into anything. So let's just exist for now." She nodded. "Okay." Christmas was weird. Rebecca, Noah and I decorated the penthouse. We played music, baked cookies, pretended to be normal. On Christmas morning, Noah opened his presents. College acceptance letters from 3 schools. He got into NYU, Columbia, and State. "Holy shit," he said, laughing. "I actually got in." Rebecca hugged him. I hugged him. "I am so proud of you," I said. "Thanks, Dad." Later that day, Marcus stopped by, brought Noah a gift, a watch, simple but meaningful. "My father gave this to me," Marcus said. "I want you to have it." Noah looked at me. I nodded. "Thanks," Noah said, putting it on. We all had dinner together. Rebecca, Noah, Marcus, and me. It was awkward, painful, strange. But we got through it. 6 months later, Rebecca and I officially separated in March. No drama, no lawyers, just a quiet agreement to live apart. She moved to a condo in Brooklyn, started therapy again, got a job at a nonprofit. Noah started at NYU in the fall. Business major, he is thriving. Marcus and Noah have coffee once a month. They're building something slowly. As for me, I am learning to let go of the anger, the betrayal, the hurt. Some days are easier than others. But I am still Noah's dad. That hasn't changed. Final scene. 1 year later, I am sitting in my office. Late at night, drink in hand. My phone buzzes. A text from Noah. "Hey Dad. Finals are done. Want to grab dinner this weekend? Marcus is coming too. Would be cool if you could make it." I stare at the message for a long time. Then I type back, "Yeah, I'll be there." I hit send. And for the first time in over a year, I smile. Because family isn't about blood. It is about showing up. And I am still here. Epilogue. 2 years later, I am at Noah's graduation. He is standing on stage, cap and gown, huge smile. Rebecca's next to me, sober and proud. Marcus is on my other side. When they call Noah's name, we all cheer. Together, after the ceremony, Noah runs over, hugs Rebecca, hugs Marcus, then hugs me. "Thanks for coming, Dad. Wouldn't miss it." He pulls back, looks at all 3 of us. "This is weird, right? All of us here." Marcus laughs. "Yay, but it is good." Rebecca nods. "It is really good." I look at Noah, my son, not by blood, but by choice. By love, by 17 years of showing up. Yea, I say, it is good. And I mean it. 3 months after graduation, I thought I'd found peace. I really did. Noah was at NYU thriving. Rebecca was sober, working at her nonprofit. Marcus and I had reached an unspoken truce. We'd show up for Noah together, keep it civil, move forward. But peace is a fragile thing, and sometimes the past doesn't stay buried. It started with a phone call. The call. I was in my office, reviewing quarterly reports when my assistant buzzed. "Mr. Harrington, there is a woman online too. Says it is urgent. Won't give her name." I almost told her to take a message. But something in her tone made me pick up. "David Harrington." "Mr. Harrington, you don't know me, but we need to talk. It is about Marcus." I sat up straighter. "Who is this?" "My name is Jennifer. Jennifer Costa. I was Marcus's girlfriend 3 years ago." "Okay." And she took a shaky breath. "He did to me what he did to you." My blood went cold. "What do you mean?" "I was married. Marcus was our driver. Corporate car service. We had an affair. I got pregnant. My husband thought the baby was his. For 2 years. He raised her. Then I told him the truth. Our marriage ended. My daughter, Sophia, she is 5 now. And Marcus, he disappeared. Changed his number, quit the car service. Vanished. I gripped the phone. Why are you calling me? Because I saw him. 2 weeks ago. At a coffee shop in Queens. He was with a teenage boy. I looked him up. That is your son, isn't it? Noah. Yes, Mr. Harrington. Marcus has done this before. Multiple times. I did some digging after he left me. There are at least 3 other women. All married. All had his children. All their husbands thought the kids were theirs. The room started spinning. Are you still there? Jennifer asked. Yeah, I am here. I am sorry to dump this on you, but I thought you should know. Marcus isn't just a cheater. He is a predator. He targets wealthy families, gets close, and then he destroys them. Do you have proof? Some court documents, child support cases he has dodged. I can send them to you. Do it. Email me everything you have. Okay, and Mr. Harrington. Yeah. Get him. Please make him pay for what he has done to all of us. She hung up. I sat there staring at my computer screen. Then I called my head of security. Jensen, I need you to run a deep background check on someone. Everything, criminal history, financial records, civil cases, past employment, everything. Who? Marcus Rivera, former driver. I'll send you his details. How deep are we going? As deep as it takes. The investigation Jensen delivered 3 days later. A manila folder, thick with documents. He set it on my desk, his face grim. You are not going to like this, boss. I opened it. The first page was a rap sheet. Marcus had been arrested twice in his 20s. Once for fraud, once for identity theft. Both cases were dismissed, but the pattern was there. The second page was a list of past employers. 8 different car services in 10 years. He'd been fired from 3, quit the others before they could fire him. The third page was the bombshell. 4 paternity cases. 4 different women. 4 children. In each case, Marcus had dodged child support by changing his name, moving states, working cash jobs. Jennifer Costa was one of them. Her daughter, Sophia, was 5. There was also Maria Delgado, Brooklyn son, age 8. Ashley Brennan, New Jersey daughter, age 6. Cynthia Joe, Connecticut, son, age 4. 4 women, 4 children, 4 destroyed families. And Noah made 5. I leaned back in my chair, staring at the ceiling. What do you want to do? Jensen asked. I want to destroy him. Gathering the women, I reached out to all 4 women, told them who I was, what had happened to me, asked if they'd be willing to testify. They all said yes. We met at my lawyer's office 2 weeks later. Keith Reynolds, the best family attorney in New York. The women sat around the conference table. Jennifer, Maria, Ashley, Cynthia. All of them looked tired, beaten down, but there was fire in their eyes. Thank you for coming, I said. I know this isn't easy. Maria spoke first. She was a small woman, maybe 35, with dark eyes. He destroyed my marriage. My husband left me when he found out, said he couldn't look at our son without seeing Marcus. My boy doesn't understand why his daddy doesn't come home anymore. Ashley nodded. Same, my ex won't even pay child support now. Says the kid isn't his problem. Cynthia, the youngest, maybe 30, wiped her eyes. He told me he loved me, that we'd be together. Then I got pregnant, and he disappeared. Just gone. I tried to find him for 2 years. Gave up. Jennifer looked at me. You are the only one who has resources. The only one who can fight him. Then that is what we'll do, I said. Keith leaned forward. Here is what we're looking at. Marcus has committed fraud, multiple counts of child support evasion, possibly identity theft. If we can get the district attorney involved, we can press criminal charges. How long will that take? Maria asked. Months. Maybe a year, but if we build a strong case, he is looking at serious prison time. I nodded. Let's do it. Confronting Noah that night, I sat Noah down. There is something I need to tell you about Marcus. He looked up from his laptop, concerned. What is wrong? I handed him the folder. Read this. He flipped through the pages. His face went from confusion to shock to horror. This can't be real. It is. I had it verified. Marcus has 4 other children, 4 other families he destroyed. Noah dropped the folder like it was on fire. Oh my God. I am pressing charges, criminal charges. He is going to jail. Noah stared at me. Does Mom know? Not yet. Are you going to tell her? Yes. She deserves to know who she really slept with. He was quiet for a long time. Then, good, do it. He deserves whatever he gets. Telling Rebecca came over the next day. I'd asked her to meet me at the penthouse. When she arrived, she looked nervous. Is everything okay? Is Noah okay? Noah's fine. Sit down. She sat on the couch. I handed her the folder. What is this? Read it. She did. I watched the color drain from her face, watched her hands start shaking. No, this isn't. He wouldn't. He did. 4 other women, Rebecca, 4 other kids. He is a serial predator. She stood up, paced to the window. I didn't know. I swear I didn't know. I believe you. But you need to understand something. You didn't just cheat on me with some guy. You cheated on me with a con artist, a manipulator, someone who makes a living destroying families. She turned to me, tears streaming. I am so sorry, David. I am so sorry. I know you are. But sorry doesn't fix this. What are you going to do? I am taking him down legally, criminally. I am going to make sure he never does this to another family. She nodded slowly. Good, he deserves it. The district attorney moved fast once we presented the evidence. Within 6 weeks, Marcus was arrested. I wasn't there when it happened, but Jensen was. He sent me a photo. Marcus, in handcuffs, being led into a police car. His face was pale, shocked. The charges: 4 counts of child support evasion, 2 counts of fraud, 1 count of identity theft if convicted. He was looking at 15 to 20 years. The trial took 8 months. All 4 women testified. Jennifer, Maria, Ashley, Cynthia. They told their stories. How Marcus had seduced them, promised them love, then abandoned them when they got pregnant. Noah testified too, talked about how Marcus had inserted himself into our family, how he'd manipulated him, used him. Rebecca testified, admitted to the affair, broke down on the stand. And I testified, told the jury about the 17 years I'd spent raising a child I thought was mine. About the DNA test, about the phone call that night. The jury deliberated for 2 days. When they came back, the foreman stood. On the charge of child support evasion, we find the defendant guilty on all counts. On the charge of fraud, we find the defendant guilty. On the charge of identity theft, we find the defendant guilty. Marcus's face crumbled. His lawyer tried to argue for leniency. The judge wasn't having it. Mr. Rivera, you have systematically destroyed multiple families over the course of a decade. You have shown no remorse, no accountability. You are a danger to society. I hereby sentence you to 18 years in state prison. The gavel came down. It was over. 6 months later, Noah and I were having dinner at a steakhouse in Midtown celebrating. He'd just finished his first semester at NYU with a 3.8 GPA. I am proud of you, I said, raising my glass. Thanks, Dad. He clinked his glass against mine. We ate in comfortable silence for a while. Then he said, Do you ever think about him, Marcus? Sometimes. Do you feel bad that he is in prison? I thought about it. Really thought about it. No, I said finally. He made his choices. He hurt a lot of people. He deserves what he got. Noah nodded. I think so too. Do you miss him? He shook his head. Not really. I thought I might, but I don't. He was never really my dad anyway. That was always you. I smiled. Damn right. 1 year later, Rebecca and I finalized our divorce. It was amicable. Clean, we split assets 50-50ths. She kept the Brooklyn condo. I kept the penthouse. We stayed friends. For Noah's sake, but also because we'd been through too much together to just walk away with hate. Noah graduated from NYU 3 years later. Top of his class, got a job at Goldman Sachs. At his graduation, Rebecca and I sat together. Cheered together. We did good, she said quietly. Yeah, I agreed. We did. The final victory 5 years after Marcus's conviction, I got a letter. From Marcus, prison stationery. Handwritten. Dear David, I don't expect you to forgive me. I don't deserve forgiveness. But I wanted you to know that I am sorry. For everything, for the lies. For the pain, for destroying your family. I've had a lot of time to think in here about the man I was. The things I did, and I realize now that I was broken. That I hurt people because I was too afraid to face my own demons. Noah is lucky to have you. He always was. I hope one day you can find peace. Marcus, I read the letter twice. Then I folded it up, walked to the fireplace, and threw it in. Watched it burn. Some apologies come too late. Epilogue 5 years later, I am 53 now. Running my company. Thriving. Noah is 27. Engaged to a wonderful woman named Sarah. She is smart, kind, and doesn't take his shit. I love her. Rebecca remarried. A good guy, an architect. They're happy. As for me, I am dating. Nothing serious. Just living. One night, Noah and I are having drinks at my penthouse. Dad, can I ask you something? Sure. Do you regret it? Everything that happened. I look at him, my son, not by blood, but by choice, by love, by every day I showed up. No, I say, because it gave me you, and that is worth everything. He smiles. Love you, Dad. Love you too, son. And in that moment, I realized something. I didn't just survive. I won. Marcus is in prison. Rebecca is sober and happy. And Noah is mine, fully, completely, not because of biology, but because I chose him every single day. And that is the greatest victory of all.